Welcome back to my channel, guys, and I know you're wondering what the hell is this video, because I never post nail videos. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel, but this is not my usual content. Recently I started to do my own Gel X nails at home, and I thought I would share with you this cute set I got. Disclaimer, I am not a professional at all. I'm just a beginner and I learned this by myself on the internet, so please use Gel X safely. There's a lot of problems that this can cause you, so do your research and avoid putting the uncured gel on your skin. So back to the video, I am working on my natural nails, so not extensions. I start with a layer of dehydrator and then a layer of nail primer, and I do not cure these. These do not need to be cured. When I say cured, it means you don't need to put them in the lamp for 60 seconds in the UV lamp. And then I put a small layer of base gel, like not too thick, but you want to be careful, like not to get it on your skin. Like I said before, if it gets on your skin, just remove it before you cure. Once that's done and cured for 60 seconds, I'm gonna move on to builder gel. Some people do not use builder gel. You don't have to. I like to use builder gel to make my nails thicker, stronger, and more like, I don't know how do you call it, but give it that more apex. See how they're like straight? They're gonna become more rounded when I apply the builder gel. Anyways, you saw me apply a very thin coat at first. This will be like your slip layer. This is what it's called. And then you don't cure this layer. It's just a slip layer so that the top coat will like slip on it, I guess. And then you put a very chunky, like not too chunky, but you saw how much like a decent amount on your slip layer, and then you can move it around with like a very thin brush. This is a very important thing. You need a thin brush because I use it so many times. And once you fix it on the sides, you just flip your finger and the builder gel will just naturally give you that like small curve. And don't leave it upside down for like too long, or else all the product is gonna go in the middle. Sorry, I lost my voice there. I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm back. So once again, this is another finger. I put a slip layer, and then the second layer is like a lot thicker. And then I go all over the nail, focusing mainly on the top of the nail. And then I fix it with a small tiny brush. Like I make sure it goes on all the nail. And then I flip my nail for like maybe 10 seconds, but you can always check on it and move the product around if you don't like the shape of your nail. And I usually do 2 fingers at a time just to go faster, but you can do 1 finger at a time and just flash cure it for 20 seconds and move on to the next nail. But it's very important, if you flash cure, to always fully cure at the end. So full cure is 60 seconds. Some products need 90 seconds. Make sure you read it on your products box or whatever. Once I'm done applying and curing all my builder gel for a full 60 seconds, I like to wipe them with alcohol because there's like a tacky, sticky layer that stays on top even after you cure. Super bothering, like hair can get stuck in it and the design will not be sharp when you're drawing on top of it. So just do that, it's better. So starting with the pinky, I did 2 coats of this light blue color. And every coat I make sure to fully cure, of course. And I use this thin brush and then this tool to like wipe the excess gel that went on the sides before curing. And once everything is cured, I used a layer of blooming gel. If you don't have blooming gel, buy it because it's so cool. Like it does a lot of cool things. I put a layer of blooming gel. I do not cure. So this one, you don't cure it for now. You put your design on, which is like I'm doing dots. As you can see, I have this dotting tool and it just blooms basically. And then once you like it, you cure it. This way it stops blooming and the design is just there forever. And then I'm gonna use this like navy color and I'm just gonna paint half, like a little bit less than half of this nail. And I'm going in a straight line. Once again, this tiny tool, you need it. It's just life-saving. And I just make sure to go from all angles, look at it from all the angles to make sure it's exactly how you want it. We're moving on to the next finger. We're gonna come back to this one. But yeah, we're gonna just apply 2 layers of white, and I'm gonna do the same thing on my thumb. Okay, yes, on my thumb. So I'm just doing 2 coats. Usually if you want to go faster, you would do like all the nails kind of at the same time, you know, but just for the sake of this video, I was a little bit slow. And then on this nail, after curing, obviously, I went back in with this navy color and decided to do like a checkerboard. I don't know if that's the correct name of this design, but you can see it's like one blue square, one white square. It took a little bit of time, but I think it's worth it. It's not perfect, but it's pretty. And then I used some acetone to clean the edges, and this time I used acetone because sometimes it's like the color is harder to take off and it's more staining, so you need acetone. And this is how it turned out. Now we're gonna apply a layer of top coat. This one is called Russian Matte Top Coat and it's super good. I bought one from another brand. It was not good. You want your matte to look very matte after curing. Like the whole nail needs to look matte or else the chrome is gonna stick everywhere. And the reason I'm applying matte is because I'm gonna use chrome. I'm gonna isolate a design in chrome and I don't want the chrome to stick on the checkerboard. It's gonna make sense when you see it. Now I'm just, oh my god, what am I doing? I just use this solid transparent gel and it's not very safe to use it with your bare hands, so use gloves, unlike me. But I'm just gonna take a piece and then I'm gonna roll it into like a snake, worm, whatever, and I'm gonna pick it up with my hand again, and I'm gonna put it in this like C shape on my finger, and I will fully cure it. Make sure it's fully cured because it's thick. Now we're gonna do almost the same thing on this finger. As you can see, it's looking matte. It's because I applied a matte top coat. Don't forget your matte top coat or else the chrome is gonna stick everywhere later. And then I do the same kind of like short worm and I just put it in a different way, and I use the silicone tool. It's pretty good for like managing solid gel, and it's also very good for chrome. We're gonna use it for the chrome later. And then the reason why I'm painting on top of this design, it would have been easier not to paint on top of it. The reason I do that is because the chrome does not stick, unfortunately, on the solid gel, so you need to make sure you have a layer that is non-wipe. I don't know, that's what they call it. Non-wipe means the chrome will stick to it. It's kind of like a top coat. The top coat layer is usually non-wipe, but yeah, if you can find product that says non-wipe, you need that so that the chrome sticks to it. And there's the chrome. So I didn't go with the warmest gold. I went with a more, it's like an in-between cold and warm gold chrome. What? Anyways, you get the point. I just take a little bit of powder and I rub it in with this tool. I think this tool is much easier to use than like the typical like little brush or whatever. And try not to go on the matte place, even though if you do end up like dripping some chrome on the sides and it doesn't go, you can use acetone again to kind of clean the edges. Yeah, it's a bit messy. Chrome is gonna be messy. It's not perfect, and I think practice makes perfect, but that was my first time using chrome and I'm pretty happy with the result, honestly. We're gonna use the matte again on this finger. We didn't do anything on this finger yet, so we're just gonna apply this matte top coat, and once it's fully matte, make sure it's fully matte or else it's not gonna work. Once again, I'm going to use the same as the black color I used, but in a white color, and I kind of wish I went with white everywhere like I did. I think it was a mistake to use the black, but yeah, usually black just makes the chrome stand out more, but I noticed that on top of white the chrome looks a lot better, and you're gonna see this in a minute. So what I'm drawing here, it was difficult to draw, clearly. I'm drawing like a French but half, it's like cut off. So hope this makes sense. And then I'm going to cure it. Don't forget to cure it because I didn't show that. And then I'm gonna rub some chrome on top of it, and I think the color of the chrome here looks a lot nicer than the chrome with the black on underneath. And then I'm going with this like jelly blue, and I'm filling in the rest of the bottom of the French, if that makes sense. And we're done with that finger. Now we're going back to the pinky, but here I did a big mistake, and you live and you learn. I used this like clear semi-solid gel. I don't know what you want to call it. It's like thicker than normal gel, obviously, but it's not as solid as the one we used before. And I genuinely thought that chrome would stick to it, but turns out it doesn't. And so I had to, once again, like draw on top of it with something non-wipe. I hope this makes sense, but usually I wouldn't have done that because the design is so small, and like it was not nice to have to like draw on top of it and then put chrome, but we made it work. It's not the prettiest thing. You're gonna see it at the end. And then with this finger, I'm using this clear, like it's like a jelly texture. It's not fully opaque, as you can see, and I'm just drawing like a circle, like an oval on my finger. And I did 2 coats and I cured them, and now I'm applying blooming gel. Actually, you don't see me applying it, but I applied it. And once again, we're doing just like flower shapes. I'm skipping a lot of things. I cured it, obviously. I don't know why I didn't film that. I think I was kind of over it at this point, getting sleepy. And now we're using the gold details. I was so happy to use these for the first time. And I apply some glue. So it's like a gel glue, and I tried to apply the gel underneath the design and then on top of the design as well. And on top of that, I still top coat. And the reason I do that is because if you leave the rhinestones and the gems and all that with nothing on top, it's just much easier to get them ruined. Like if you scratch the wall with them, like they're just gonna tarnish and etc. much faster. And so yeah, make sure you fully cover them and then you top coat the whole thing. And so I did the same thing with that nail. I just apply a layer of the gel glue, and then I decided to also put this whatever design you saw, and I top coat everything. Make sure you go in every single corner. And by the time I was done, it was like 11, I think. Let's see, 11 p.m. and I was exhausted, and I just did one hand, which is crazy. I decided to do the second hand the next day because I was exhausted. I really love how it turned out. My right hand always turns out like less beautiful because I'm a right-handed person, so it's much harder to use my left hand to do my right hand. And also I have a broken nail, so ignore that. But yeah, I did like this watch. It was like trending on Pinterest. It looks like a watch or a bracelet. Very cute. They're not the most comfortable nails, I would say. Like they're chunky, you know, and you can feel there's stuff on your nails. But very pretty. From afar they look professional. Don't look too closely. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you want me to film more content like this. Bye.